So I was in team building mode, and I decided to build a OU team, and I kind of just came up with this. It's kind of a little random. It looks like it could be a rain team. I'm just missing a polytail. Well, according to Leo, I'm missing a polytail, but you know me, I don't play with weather. I got mixed salamanders, Scarf, Keldeo, this defensive Landorus, bulky Starmie, and standard Ferrothorn and Scizor. So my opponent got a couple of good cores here, the Volt Turning and Heatran, Celebi, and all this stuff. It's really a threat. I was like, man, this is actually be a challenge, and let's see what happens. So I figured he would start off with Rotom Wash. I kind of just wanted to see what kind of Rotom Wash and what kind of player he is. So I started off with my Keldeo, and then I switched to Ferrothorn on his Volt Switch. He's going to go into his Heatran. It gives me a lot of information seeing this on a balloon. That means that it's offensive, and instead of, he has Stealth Rock, so more than likely he may have sub. I don't know, maybe Fire Blast, Earth Power, but then that means Salamence kind of walls it. So I'm assuming that instead of sub, he has the Stealth Rocks. But what did I do? Talk too much. I went into Starmie. I went for the Rapid Spin as he went into Celebi. Then I went into Ferrothorn. He goes for the Parasong, and then I'm getting one Spike. And I figured he would switch after this. He don't want me to get up a lot of spikes. He doesn't have a spinner. Once my spikes are here, they're here to stay, and they do affect half this team. So I do go for the Leaf Seed, and I get the Landorus T on the way in. I figured he's going to switch into something else, so I go back into my Starmie in case he wanted to get up the Stealth Rocks instead of not switch. I figured he would set up the Stealth Rocks, so I went back into Starmie because I wanted to shut that hazard game down. Unfortunately, I make a misplay here, and I stay in and Hydro Pump the Scizor as he U-turns out, and I lose my Scizor. But I go into my Ferrothorn. He goes into Rotom Wash. He's going to miss the Will-O-Wisp as I get another Spike up, and kind of trying to kill my momentum, I guess, to come in with Landorus and start setting up. He's going to Volt Switch instead of going for the Will-O-Wisp again. All I was trying to do is get my Spike up. I saw one Spike over there. It was lonely. I tried to get another one up. They were lonely. They wanted a friend, so I got the third one up. He's going to come in with Landorus, and he's going to set up the Rock Polish and then the Sword Stance after I get the Leaf Seed off on him, and just do a Power Whip just to see, get some damage. I figured he would go for Super Power because I think they carry Super Power, but he decides to go for the Earthquake. He doesn't seem to have it. I went into Landorus so I can get him down one attack, and then Super Power would get his attack down another attack, but turns out it wasn't happening. He goes to the Rock Slide, does a little bit of damage, and then I just finish it off with the HP Ice, even though it had a Yachi. At that amount of health, it didn't even matter. With this, I think he figured I would go into to Ferrothorn to take his Hydro Pump, and so he goes for the Secret Sword, and I go for the Earthquake. I wasn't sure if he was Scarf or locked in. It makes sense, looking at the rest of the team, that this would be Scarf. So instead of finishing off with an Earthquake, I sit there and U-turned out, didn't even kill it, so I had to go into Scizor and Bullet Punch it. This is going to make him go into his Heatran because he's on the balloon. He's not being hit by any spikes, so this is actually really good for him. Unfortunately, I got to go into my Keldeo. I don't want my Salamence to potentially get burned because it is mixed. So I go to Keldeo. I'm expecting the Celebi, so I go for the HP Ghost, but it doesn't do enough to warrant me staying in, so I'm just going to sacrifice Landorus. And he goes for the Giga Drain, and that's fine because with the hazards there, it's going to get worn down. Figured that it's probably a special defensive wall, and he has Giga Drain, Earth Power, Recover, and Parasol. So I go into Scizor, figured that he doesn't have the HP Fire. I'm just going to go, I'm just going to go for the U-turn. And he's going to go into his Scizor, kill it off, go to my Salamence. His Rotom Wash is going to take big damage from the Draco Meteor, but I was not able to kill it off. And he's going to kill me with an HPI, so I'll go into Scizor. I know he can't, well, he could switch out if he wanted to. I was kind of half expecting him to. He could go into Heatran, but I guess he wants to keep his balloon. Makes sense. He's still dodging the hazard. So that was a bad play on my part. I could have just killed it with a Bullet Punch, but I was over predicting. Unfortunately, I do kill it, but then I go to my Ferrothorn, bring his Heatran out, knowing that my Ferrothorn is pretty much useless now. I can't do anything with it against Celebi, so I just let it die. I go to my Keldeo. I know he's going to switch into his Celebi. This is why I kind of want him, so I can trap him with Pursuit. Even though I am burned, I'm still Bandit, and Pursuit still does a lot of damage. So when he switches out to go into Heatran, I'm hoping that the Celebi is at the amount of health that it can be KO'd after hazards when it comes back in, if that makes any sense. Because I want to lock myself in the Hydro Pump and nothing else, not really Sacred Sword. I guess Hydro Pump, it'd be the best bet. Yeah, just that's what I want to lock myself. Either Hydro Pump, whatever I want to lock myself into. I want it to be able to KO the Celebi after it switches in. So I'm gonna keep pursuing. He's actually gonna Parasong him. Like it's helping me even more. I'm not minding this at all. Scizor is pretty much dead when it got burned. I get the crit here. I don't know how much that mattered because I think that it could have mattered a lot because that's going to force him to stay in because at that amount of health he cannot switch out and live hazards coming back in. So that crit may have saved me, may not. I don't know. I do recognize that. So with that, all I have to do is hit a Hydro Pump, and because my Keldeo is well trained, because I trained it like 5 hours ago, it's gonna hit the Hydro Pump and I'm gonna win. So look at it, it just got popped. Balloon just got popped. Yeah, whatever. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the narration in the battle, and I will see you next time. Please watch my last video. It should go up pretty soon. Alright, see you next time. Bye.